today is what I would call my Sunday theme, which is why customers aren't choosing your business. And we're going to talk about how to fix that. More of a teaching, yes. More of a teaching moving forward. Welcome, welcome. I see you. Thank you. Six, I haven't seen you in a while. Shanadeola, welcome. Welcome, welcome to the live. Let's keep tapping. Let's keep sharing. Appreciate it very much. Let's push it up. Thank you. So why customers aren't choosing your business and how to fix that is what we're going to be teaching on today. Now, today, we are diagnosing your business. So if you're a business owner, no matter how big, no matter how small, regardless of what niche you are in, you will want to hang around here for about 45 minutes. It will be 45 minutes well spent for you, maybe less. So today we are diagnosing your business. And by the end of this session, you will know exactly where customers are slipping away, which I think is very important to know. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much for learning. I learned from you more than you know. Today, we're diagnosing your business, and by the end of this session, you know exactly where customers are slipping away. Now, I want you to think of today's live as a business health check. Think of today's live, Infinity. I appreciate you. Think of today's live as a business health check. If you have any questions, kind of wait till the end. I will let you guys ask the questions so I can focus and teach this, because this is very important. Very, very important that we stay focused. Now, I want to make a prediction about your business today. I'm going to step out on the limb and make a prediction about your business today. By the way, who can tell me what kind of business you're in? Feel free. What kind of business are you into? What do you do? Let's spend a couple of 60 seconds. Guys, let me know if you're a business owner. What business do you do? Share with me, please. Share with me. Let me see the people in the house. Let me make sure that I'm talking to the right people. I know I have a big businesswoman in the house. Yes, health and wellness. I know that. I know we have health and wellness in the house. Who else is in the house? Who else is in the house? Let's share what business we are into, what we do. Don't worry. I will make sure that the village people don't know about your business to keep it safe. I will make sure about that. So let's share. What business are you into? For those of you jumping in, thank you. Thank you for the likes. No. So I want to make a prediction about your business. That is, somewhere in your business today, customers are slipping away. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But I'm going to make that prediction that somewhere in your business today, customers are slipping away. Now, not because your product is bad. So let's make sure we have the clear understanding here. Not because, good. You're into networking business. Welcome, Infinity. I'll get to you on that. Infinity, send me a DM. I didn't know you are. Send me a DM and we'll talk. That's something I'd like to talk to you about. If you are in the networking business, regardless of where you are in the world, send me a DM. I will be so glad to share something with you. But let's focus on today's lesson, because today's lesson is very important for every business owner. And if you're networking, very important for you also. So my prediction is somewhere in your business today, customers are slipping away, or the people that you have in your team are not following up. They are not consistent and they are all failing away. That's not because your product is bad or your service is bad, whichever one that is. Not because you are too expensive, please. That's not the reason. Let's get that straight. But because one of 6 invisible problems is pushing them away. That should strike your curiosity. One of 6 invisible problems is pushing them away. Now, the interesting part is this, guys. Most business owners don't even know which one it is. If I ask you now what it is, I can bet 99% of you don't even know which one it is. You're not sure. But by the end of today's session, though, you'll probably know exactly which one is costing you customers. So now I need you to get a pen and paper. We're going to do something unique today. If you've been on my live before, this is unique. So I'm going to tell you, get a pen and paper. Get a pen and paper. Thank you. Get a pen and paper. If you have gotten a pen and paper or something to write down, just drop a 1. If one person is doing that, I will stick with that one person. If you've gotten a pen and paper that you can write with, drop a 1. This is very important. Thank you. That's all I need. One person. I'm a believer in one person creates a nation. So I'm always looking for just one participant. I need to get a pen and paper, guys, and I'm going to slow down because this is very important. Today, you are going to give your business 6 scores. I can't even count. Which finger should I use? 6 scores. 6 scores. Today, you are going to give your business 6 scores. At the end, you will know exactly where you need to improve. I need you to stay in this life till the end. This life is your life. You are spending your life with me. I'm spending my life with you. And I promise you that this lifetime spent with me, however small, is going to be one of value, not waste. Get a pen and paper. Today, we're going to give your business 6 scores. At the end, you know exactly where you need to improve. After each word that I'm going to mention now, I'm going to mention 6 words. After 6 words that I will mention now, I need you to use it to rate your business from 1 to 10. I need you to use it to rate your business from 1 to 10. The first one is clarity. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how clearly does your business explain what it does? Be sincere with yourself. I don't even need to see the score. From 1 to 10, rate clarity in your business. How clear can people say they know what you're doing? I gave you guys a lesson in my last series, and I think I gave it yesterday again. I said, find 3 people and tell them to tell you what you do. That question, as simple as it is, do it. If you are watching me for the first time, welcome. This is a learning platform where you learn. It's value here, not entertainment. Insight without action is entertainment, and we are not here to entertain. We're here to give value. So on the rate of clarity, on a scale of 1 to 10, how clearly does your business explain what it does? Be sincere with yourself. I don't need to know it. This is between you and your conscience. The next word is customer. How well do you know who you are serving? Please, if you're telling me you are serving people, red flag, like the red hat taps going on, that is a big red flag. Everybody, no, you are not serving people. How well do you know who you're serving? Rate it from 1 to 10. 1 means you have no clue. 10 means you know it perfectly. Great, good for you. Just score yourself and wait till the end and then check whether you scored well or you really just padded it. The third one is credibility. Thank you very much for writing it down. I build honors. The third one is credibility. How well do people trust what you promise, what you promote? How well do people trust what you promise and what you promote? Those of you that are looking to start a business and in your brain you are just looking for something to make money, I hope you are listening, because these are the things you want to gauge whether you are really getting into this business for the right thing or the wrong thing. If you don't understand these words, sit around. We need to try and fix that. So credibility, how well do people trust what you promise? The next word is connection. How well do your customers relate to you? Because they say good money doesn't mean they relate to you. How well do your customers relate to you? The next one is consistency. How confident are you in your message consistently? Consistency. How confident? How would you rate your consistency in your message? Somebody came up yesterday during my live and said, 2 days ago, and said, I thought repeating the same thing is boring. Yes, but behind every boring activity in your business lies the treasure of your business. Know that and know peace. Behind every boring activity in your business lies the treasure of your business. Know that and know peace. So consistency, how well are you confident in your consistency in your business? And the last word is conversion. How well do customers who visit you buy from you? The last word there is conversion. How well do customers who visit you buy from you? This is your 6C scorecard for your business. Your 6C scorecard for your business. So today's session, guys, is practical, as you can see already. No hype, no complicated marketing tactics, simplicity. You know me well, you know simple. If everything you do, and I'm teaching you, if a primary 5 or a 5th grader cannot assimilate or understand it, we have a problem. Many of you think you need to throw grammars and big buzzwords around. Keep it simple. I don't want to use the red word. Keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Fill in the blank. If you know the complete sentence of that, write it in the comment. Keep it simple. No complicated marketing tactics. Just 6 business principles that determine whether customers move towards you or away from you. Are you attracting them or repelling them? Take some notes, guys. Please feel free to comment anytime. Ask questions, because I definitely will respond to them later. But you got to be here. So the 6 C's are as follows. The first one is called clarity. This is where customers cannot buy what they don't understand. Keep it super simple. Yes. Actually, it's not super simple. That's another derogatory word. I just don't want to say it. Keep it simple. STUPID. That's really what it is. Customers, clarity. Clarity means customers cannot buy what they do not understand. Why does this matter, guys? Confused customers never become paying customers. Confused customers never become paying customers. If people cannot explain, if you cannot explain what you do in one sentence, neither can they buy from you. If they cannot explain what you do in one sentence, they can't buy from you. That is why I said, ask 3 people who you believe know you to tell you what you do for people. You may be very surprised. And if you get the 3 to say the same thing good for you, expand your test, expand, and you'll be surprised. So if people cannot explain what you do in one sentence, neither can they buy from you. Neither can they buy from you. So I help small business owners get more customers versus I do business consulting. One is clear, one is vague. I don't even think I need to mention which one is clear. Which one is clear, which one is vague? I help small business owners get more customers, or I do business consulting. Which one is clear, which one is vague? I don't want to assume that people are even knowing what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments. Which one is clear, which one is vague? I help customers, I help people, I help business owners get more customers. First one is clear. Thank you. Thank you. Business consulting is vague. But some people will say that all day long because the buzzword of I'm a consultant is more important to them than clarity. Have you found yourself sometimes finding yourself believing that the buzzword is more important to you than clarity? Not that people want to be confusing others. They forget the meaning and the reason why simplicity and clarity is the bedrock of your successful business. But we first of all want to sound buzzy, big words. I went to school. Meanwhile, you are confusing people. One is clear, one is vague. So this is my action step to you. Like I said, ask 3 people. Actually, ask 10 people. Let's give it a good sample size. 3 people is not enough sample size. You know 10 people. Ask 10 people that know you, that you know that if they wake you up and say, does James know you, Peter knows you, or Bimbo knows you? Ask them what they think you actually do for people. I will let the results speak to you loud and clear. So guys, if all of those answers are different, or you think they'll be different, that's something to worry about. So I need you to type clarity if you have ever struggled to explain your business. Be sincere. If you have ever struggled to explain your business, please type clarity. See, once customers understand you, they immediately ask another question. And that question is this actually for me? That's what they ask. Is this actually for me? What that does is it leads us now into number 2C, the next C. But that question needs to ring in the customer's brain before you can be worried about the next one. So the first one is clarity. The next C is customer. You got to know exactly who you are serving. Why does this matter? Trying to serve everyone usually means serving no one. Trying to serve everyone usually means you are serving no one. Specific businesses attract specific customers. Look at the gentleman up there just now, Infinity. When I was telling people to mention what business they do, and I never knew that's what he did. He's been coming to my live quite often. I think he's even attended my live on another platform. But I didn't know what he did until I asked that question. And he responded, networking. And as soon as he responded, networking, I heard him and I said, reach out to me. I need to talk to you. Specific businesses attract specific customers. And these are some examples of what I mean. A trainer for executives, a trainer for nurses, a trainer for first-time managers. These are different businesses because they are specific, even though they are all trainers, but they are specific. Now, what scares people is because they are being specific, they think they are leaving money on the table. No, you are actually attracting it more. Because I can tell you that lately I've been getting people coming to me saying, are you also a life coach or a life mentor? Why would people who always hear me consistently talk about business and clarity in business ask me, am I also a life coach? Because when you are clear, people will begin to infer what they believe you are also able to do for them in the present problem or pain point they have. Most of the time, you cannot identify the complete pain point a person is going through. Just be clear about you, and I promise you, you will attract the right person. Now, people are asking me, do I do life coaching? Do I do life mentoring? Which I do, but I've never mentioned it. But the reason they say that is they're saying to themselves, if this guy can be so consistent and clear, and when he talks about his business, he infuses lived experiences. I mean, I want to talk to him about something I'm going through in my life. Now you realize that I just open up another opportunity, another niche of business and serving. You have to be very specific. So I need you to take this action step. Fill in the blanks. I help blank achieve blank. That sentence, as simple as it is the beginning of your clarity of who you serve and what your business is. I help achieve. Fill that blank for yourself and begin to practice that. So the question is, who is your ideal customer? Put it in the comment if you've been watching me long enough. Who is your ideal customer? By now you should be thinking, okay, who is my ideal customer? Please don't say people. People is a sign of confusion. When I say who is your ideal customer and you're telling me people, that is red flag confusion, red flag, red card. Who is your ideal customer? Say it in a simple one sentence. Now that you are talking to those ideal customers, the next question becomes, why should that customer choose you? The customer is thinking, why should I choose you? And that takes us to our next C, which is credibility. Credibility. People trust evidence more than promises. Yes. Now you may be thinking, how can I get evidence? Now you have to be around people that can show you ways. That is where your uniqueness, thinking outside the box, comes into play. When I started all this, I got my evidence first by giving free mentoring. Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. My calendar was filled. I was sitting here for days. Nobody showed up. Why? Because nothing that is free is valued. In the midst of trying to get your business the right way, you're going to learn some tenets that you think, oh, I got to give it for free. Somebody came yesterday and said, I want to give out some products for free. I'm like, no. Nobody showed up when I was doing free mentoring because I was looking for evidence. I wanted to have proof of concept. And I figured, hey, if I'm telling you I'm going to mentor you for free, show you how to move your business forward, you should jump at it head first. Yes, they scheduled, but nobody showed up. 99.9% didn't show up. Maybe 1% did. Less than 1% actually. Because there was no value. But when I now started charging, but at that time it was a nominal fee of $50. I just wanted to test my concept, and I did. People showed I have proof of concept. I have evidence. I don't need to be begging anybody for evidence. It is clear. I got testimonies. I got a community. I've crossed that bridge. Trust factor is not my problem. Actually, the problem I have now is visibility, which is why the life is changing. Visibility to the larger crowd. But trust factor, done. So people trust evidence more than promises. People buy from who they know, like, and trust. That only happens when there's evidence that meets their needs. Why does this matter? Customers buy confidence. Confidence comes from proof. If you don't have proof, you're not confident. You can bake it, cake it all day long. It's going to show. And when it shows, your reputation goes down. So customers buy confidence. Confidence comes from proof. For example, what are the examples of proof? Testimonials, case studies, before and after stories, results, experience. This is how people miss all this. You do not collect enough data. Leaving money on the table with a customer is not you selling them more. It is a myth and a wrong direction to think only leaving money on the table is when you upsell. You hear it everywhere. Oh, you got to upsell. You got to upsell. Duh. Are you going to? How? What? I submit to you that spend your time collecting data. You will sell more. Why? It is that data that gives you that evidence of proof. And when evidence of proof is there, you are not begging. People hear you clearly. They come and ask, how can I get one? Where are you located? That is why I don't get into talking about prices on lives or discussions. Why? Because if I was valuable enough for you that I was meeting a pain point, the question is not, so how much is it? The question is, where can I join your community, Dr. Michael? How can I get whatever you have that is going to help me, which I'm going to be telling you what you can get later on? That should be the question. So when people are asking you the price, your value has not been clear, or your value is not meeting the pain point, or that pain point they have is not painful enough. And if it's not painful enough, and you are confident that you have expressed the value, move on. Do not get caught in that price. You will lose. Action step. Post one customer success story every week. Post one customer success story every week. Yes, you may be thinking, how am I going to get it? Well, let today be the first day that you begin to capture your data. Nobody buys or comes across you that you don't capture data. And data is not only when they buy. Data is because they at least engage with you. Why didn't you buy? Why did you engage? I know you haven't bought anything yet. I appreciate your presence, but could you share with me what you saw that made you think you could get it here? Information is how you begin to tweak and build, and very soon you are so clear, you are perfect, you understand, people hear you well, and your business grows. Post one customer success story this week. Not a sales speech, a story. So how long have you been in business? For those of you watching me so far, how long have you been in business? Why am I asking that? To kind of let you realize that, oh my God, I've been in business this long. I don't understand my clarity. I don't know what customers I serve. And credibility, I have not captured it. That's all that is supposed to do. It's not to beat you up. So now, customers have trusted you. 16 years, thank you. 4 years, thank you. Let's go. 4 years. Infinity is the 4 years in networking. If it is, we need to talk. Like urgent. All right? Send me a DM. So how long have you been in business? That's something you want to write down. And if you're watching this as a recording, write it in the comments. I'll respond to you. If you're watching this as a recording, all the questions, please engage. I will respond. Not a bot. Me will respond, not AI. So how long have you been in business? Now, customers trust you, but trust alone does not close the sale. Connection does. 3 years, 1 year. All right, cool. We got it there. Thank you. Connection does. People buy from people they relate to. Do your customers relate to you? If so, are you sure? Do they relate to you? If so, are you sure they relate to you? Why does this matter? Business is built on relationships. Relationship doesn't take long to be built, but business, know that, is built on relationships. Connection creates conversation. Conversations create customers. Business is built on relationships. Connection creates customers. Conversations create customers. For example, share how you started. People will be able to relate. Share your lessons. Share your mistakes. Share your journey. These are the kind of things you share that let people relate to you. That's why I tell my story. I tell people, somebody said they are your mentor and they're your business mentor, and you've never had them share those stories that will shake you, make you sweat, give you goose pimples. They are not your mentor. They are just boosting their ego. That is why I don't like to be called a coach. Coaches are great. I have respect for all of them. But a mentor brings lived experience to your table. Lived experience, you can copy. You can fake. You either lived it or you didn't leave it. Simple as that. Yes. How do you know they relate to you? You know they relate to you when they're beginning to come back. Returning customers are returning because they are relating to you. Why do you go to your relative's place? Why did you marry that person? Why is that girlfriend still visiting you? Why is that boyfriend still visiting you? If they did not relate to you, you won't see them. They were gone. It's very simple. This, guys, like I said it earlier on, everything I teach is so simple. Simplicity. Very simple. If a fifth primary 5 or fifth grade doesn't understand, it's not happening. Yes, connection is the fourth C. So action step here is create one piece of content that tells your story at least once a week. Instead of promoting your product, just one piece of content that tells your story at least once a week, or that tells what you are aligned with. Because sometimes alignment is also relatability. Alignment. Yes, testimonial once a week. Exactly. So create one piece of content that tells your story, that tells the testimonial once a week. Because remember, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. And know, like, and trust does not happen overnight. Once people connect with you, they begin comparing you with everyone else. Somebody says, how do you know they're relating to you? When they return and they start comparing you. And when they compare you whether they say to kind of beat your price down, or they compare you to say, wow, I'm so glad I came here. Either way, they compare. Either way, they compare. Thank you very much for all of you engaging in the comment. And if you're watching as a recording, please comment. I will engage back. The fifth C is consistency. Why? Because trust grows through repetition. Repetition is so boring. Repetition is so boring. But behind every boring activity lies the treasure of your business. That is where your money is. Why? Repetition becomes simple. Repetition is simplicity, because if it's too big buzzwords, you can't repeat it, you get tired. Repetition, the scary part about repetition of something simple is you think it's too simple, so you start trying to reinvent the wheel. Do not reinvent the wheel. Keep it simple. STUPID. Engage with me again. Yes, please engage with me again. Lala, please follow me. Turn on your notification bell. As from today, July 18, I'll be going live at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Things are changing. 10 a.m., not 9:30 again. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Watt time. All right? Thank you. Engage. Thank you. So number 5 is consistency. Trust grows through repetition. Now, why does this matter? Customers notice consistency more than occasional brilliance. They notice consistency way more than occasional brilliance. Example of consistency are these. These are the examples of consistency. There are lots more, but this one is what I hope you will take to heart. Showing up every day. I have been going live every day on this platform since September 1, 2025. We have evolved as the market is changing, and as the clarity of how I want to serve people is changing. We have evolved. Even this is an evolution. To people who have been following me, they can tell that this is different. Yes, you must evolve. The fear part about evolving is you are scared about losing customers. If you lost them in the evolution, they were not meant for your new destination. Simple as that. Thank you. If you just follow me this morning, this was not the way of life. It's different. So you must be ready to evolve. You must be ready to evolve. And consistency is important. So showing up every day, absolutely, yes. Showing up every day is consistency. Same message is consistency. I promise you, this message is going to be the message from now to December. No shaking. Same message gets boring. But if you watch me from now to December, you see the same message in many flavors. That's how you make it unboring, by bringing your uniqueness to it. And I promise you, watch me through October, you see. So an example of consistency is showing up every day, same message, same values, same quality, Guys, if you've been watching me this live, please, if you haven't followed me, follow, subscribe. You will not miss, you wish you did and you'll be glad you did. So follow me, turn on your notification bell so you know when I go live or when I drop videos. Very, very important. So showing up every day, same message, same values, same quality. So what's your action step on that? Choose one platform. Now, I started with one platform. I'm now dealing with 7, starting last week. Yes, 7. I jumped from 1 to 7. But so far, 1 is still not fully. So now, 6 every day. Evolution, consistency, very important. So in your case, your action step is choose one platform and post consistently for 30 days. Yes, choose one platform and post consistently for 30 days. I have done that. I've gone live every day for almost a year. Choose one platform and post consistently for 30 days. You will see the difference. So presently, my question to you is this. Let's be sincere. This is a platform of honesty. How many days a week are you currently creating content? Be sincere. How many days a week are you currently creating content? Let's drop it in the comments. I'm not judging you. Awareness is the beginning of growth. Every day, yes, and I witness that. I know my problem is I don't know what business to get into. Join my community. I promise you that will be clear. Next Saturday, we're having a group coaching. Last Saturday of the month, last Saturday of every month, we have a group coaching for my community members where that kind of a question will be addressed, and hopefully get you in the right direction so you'll be clear. But it happens in the community. To join my community, please click the link in my bio, Clarity to Income Community. Get engaged. I'll be able to answer that question there. So how many days a week are you currently creating content? Thank you. Let's put that down. Now that you have built visibility, remember, we are building our foundation here. So now that you have built visibility, now you need to help customers make one final decision. You need to help customers make one final decision. And that is the 6th C. The 6th C. And the 6th C is conversion. Conversion. And that is guiding customers towards taking action. Simple as that. Customers need to be guided towards taking action. I want to guide you towards taking action, and I'll be sharing with you how in a few minutes. If you watch me this long, good. Wait till the end. At the end of this live, I'll be sharing with you how I want to guide you. So I'm preaching. I'm doing what I'm preaching. Let me say it right. I'm doing exactly what I'm preaching. Conversion is the 6th C. Guide customers towards taking action. Why does this matter? Many businesses educate. There's nothing wrong in that. But we find ourselves stuck in the education mode. Why? Because people enjoy it, they like it, and it is very fulfilling. But you must not forget that you are in business, especially people in my niche of mentoring. It is a very, 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 very slippery slope that we all find ourselves as coaches and mentors. So if you're a coach, you're a mentor, or you are somebody who has acquired a lot of knowledge over the years, and you're thinking, how can you become a mentor, a coach with all this experience? Please drop me a DM. I'll be glad to share with you and guide you along if you are interested. If you are interested, yes. All right. So conversion, you need to guide customers towards taking action. Why does this matter? Most businesses educate. Few actually invite customers to buy. Most of you get stuck. I've been there before, I know, so I'm not pointing fingers. We all get stuck in educating, but we forget to invite them to buy. And most of the time it's because of the discomfort of not wanting to hear a no. Like they say, go through all the no's so you can get to the yes. But the fear of rejection is why people don't invite people to buy. And it's a very legitimate fear. The fear of rejection is why you don't invite people to buy. It's why you don't invite people to see your product, to see your line, to see what you're doing. The fear of rejection cancels out a lot of money, and it's a true devourer. For those of you that understand the meaning of devourer, the fear of rejection is a devourer that devours your money before it even appears in your environment. That's why we educate, and few actually invite customers to buy. Every piece of content or interaction needs one simple call to action. What is your current call to action where you are now in your business? What is your current call to action? I have talked about the 6 C's. Let me try and put it all together. Let me walk you through my template signature framework, because I said I was going to guide you. Now we're getting there. This signature framework is called the 6 C's of customer attraction. Some will say the 6 C's of attraction marketing. I call it the 6 C's of customer attraction because it has my lived experiences of what I have experienced. After watching all the years I've spent in business, I can make it as simple and boil it down to these 6 C's. To these 6 C's. And they go like this. See, without clarity, no one understands you. Let's be real. Without clarity, no one understands you. Without knowing your customer, you are speaking to everyone. Without credibility, nobody trusts you. Without connection, nobody remembers you. And without consistency, people will forget you. And without conversion, nobody buys. Business owners often focus on marketing. Marketing. I don't know the marketing. I have the product. Meanwhile, you miss all these 6 C's. I'm going to guide you as to making sure that these 6 C's are mastered. Business owners often focus on marketing. The real issue is usually one of these 6 areas. So I need you to tell me in the comments, which of these 6 do you think is your weakest? Remember, if you've been following me, my lives are very interactive. In order for you to make the most out of this live, in case you really played it through in the beginning, next time you see me tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, come with a notebook and interact. You'll be surprised how it will help you. Tell me in the comments which of these 6 C's that I have now done for you, shared with you, is your weakest. Remember, you scored yourself. This is where you are not going to be facing the truth, where the rubber meets the road. Which of these 6 is your weakest? Let's put it down. Remember, you scored yourself. I don't know the score. We've talked about the 6 C's. Share with me which of these C's is your weakest. Somebody says customer. Thank you. I just want one response so we can move on. Thank you. Customer. Now, this is why businesses struggle. We get into the nitty-gritty. This is why Ada says clarity. This is why businesses struggle. Most businesses don't fail because they lack talent. That says conversion. Most businesses don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack direction. They work harder instead of becoming clearer. They change strategies every month. If you can feel me on this, drop a 1. They change strategies every month. They chase trends. They copy competitors. But they never build a complete customer attraction system. Listen to what I just said. Don't just listen to me for entertainment. This sentence may be the most important sentence throughout this life. They never build. That tells you it is not a one-time thing. You do it, you throw it away. Building takes time. So I'm picking my words carefully for those of you that are listening with open ears and not entertainment for the Sunday morning. They never build a complete customer attraction system. The 2 operative words in that sentence is build and system. Many of you don't have no system in anything. It's just a guessing day by day. You need to start putting systems together in your business, no matter how small, big, medium, or whatever. You need it regardless of your niche. That is why many businesses remain busy, working in the business rather than on the business. Two different things. I talked about that in one of my videos. Go check my other videos, you see it. That's why businesses remain busy without becoming profitable. Now, I really need you to get a pen and paper again and truly revise the score you did earlier in the class. Get that same pen and paper and truly revise the score. I'm going to go through it again. If you're just joining me for the first time, we're talking about why customers aren't choosing your business. We are scoring our business this morning. We did it at the beginning. Unfortunately, you were not there. You're joining now. We're going to do it again. But if you are here in the beginning, you will get the full value of this live, which is why I tell people in the beginning, stay through the live. Don't just jump through for cruising sake. Stay through the live. Now, I need you to get a pen and paper. Or if you got a pen and paper already, great. If you have a pen and paper to write down anything, drop me one. So get a pen and paper and truly revise the score you did earlier in class. After each C that I mentioned, rate your business from 1 to 10. And if you rated it earlier, look at it again based on everything I have shared with you. After each C that I mentioned, rate your business from 1 to 10. Clarity on a scale of 1 to 10. How comfortable are you that you can explain or people can explain what you do? Write it down. Score your customer 1 to 10. Do you know who you serve? Credibility. Are you that credible? Are you confident in it? Score it. Connection. Are you really relatable? Are people relating to you? Are you really making connections? Or you just have customers who come and go? What do you do? Score it. Consistency. Are you consistent in your messaging? Are you so consistent that it's boring to you? When you get bored on your consistency, then you are being consistent. Because why? This is the secret that you don't know, which is what I battled. I'm thinking everybody will see me every day saying the same thing. And these are the things I forgot. Even as an educator that I am, I still forgot it. Meaning, retention is not 100% at first hearing or seeing. Retention is not 100%. It takes time to retain everything. So I know that if you're hearing me for the first time, you will only retain maybe 10% if you're really, really listening with your whole heart. Maybe 5 or 2. So watching me every day saying the same thing cannot be boring to you, because what you heard yesterday is not what you're going to hear today. And what you hear today, be like, man, I didn't hear that before. And you keep hearing something new every time you come. You can watch me for the next 6 months, and I promise you every day you will hear something new. But to me, I'm saying the same thing, but to you, it is new. That is why you should not be scared of consistency. That's lesson number 1. Once you understand that retaining of the human brain is very, very minuscule, you should feel free to be consistent. And number 2, not the same people watch you every day on these platforms. I don't know who is on FYP presently. I don't know. I don't know who's going to watch this on my YT. By the way, my YT channel is open, so all these are now recorded and there. So if you want to watch it again, it's there on my YT. I can't say the whole thing, but you know what I mean by YT. How do you know my YT? Type my name. There's only one Dr. Michael. You will see there. You know? So score. Clarity, customer, credibility, connection, consistency, conversion. This is your true 6C scorecard for your business. That's your true 6C scorecard. And I want to challenge you. Master these 6 C's and attracting customers becomes much more predictable. Operative word, predictable. Is your business predictable today? Be sincere to yourself. Is your business predictable? Because today's life is just an overview. I'm sure you know that by now, that there's got to be more meat to this thing here. Yes, but I can't spend the whole day here. So today's life is just the overview of the Customer Clarity Blueprint Guide. I said I was going to guide you. That's the name. The Customer Clarity Blueprint Guide. This guide walks you through each of these 6 principles step by step. Inside the guide, you will find the following: a complete explanation of every C, practical exercises for you that you can implement today, questions that expose your hidden weaknesses and your blind spots, action plans for you to implement today, It's in the guide. Action plans for you to implement today. What I said about credibility, let me go back there. What I said about credibility. What I said about credibility is people trust evidence more than promise. That's what I said about credibility. Because customers buy confidence. Confidence comes from proof. And examples of credibility is testimonials. Examples of proofs is testimonials, case studies, before and after stories, results, and experience. Those are the examples. That is really why you're asking the question now, and that is why this guide is very, very important. That is why the guide, your brain is telling you there is more. Yes, but I can only do the overview here for the sake of time. So inside this customer clarity blueprint guide, you will find the following: a complete explanation of every C. Because that I just give is not a complete explanation. I'm just being sincere. I'm trying to work within time, because this has to be reposted. So I got to work within time. Practical exercises for you that you can implement today. Questions that expose your hidden weakness. Action plan for you to implement. This is a framework you can revisit whenever customer growth slows down. Revisit, meaning this is not a static thing. It's a revisit for it to become yours. Many of you get guides, get courses, but you never turn it into your own personal. You don't make it personal. You don't make it something that you can deal with. You don't do that. That's why this is a framework you can revisit whenever customer growth slows down. And customer growth will inevitably slow down in your business. Why? Who can tell me why customer growth will slow down? It's not a cause, it's a reality that you must be prepared for. Who can tell me why your customer growth will slow down? Who can share that with me? Why your customer growth will slow down? It's a one-word answer. Your customer growth will slow down because businesses have seasons, just like we do. Winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. Businesses have seasons. Have you identified your season? Many of you have not even taken the time to know your season. You just know that business is slow. If you identified your season, you will not be telling people business is slow. You will know that this is the season when business slows. You take care of your guide, prepare for when it's going to pick up, use that slow season to reinvent, remaster, rebrand, make the place look more beautiful, clean it up, change uniform, change packaging, something just to bring something new, so that when the season comes again, customers feel like, wow, something new. New customers feel new. Old customers feel new. You don't even capitalize on your seasons. Rather, you are just humming and hawing that business is slow. Every business has a season. That is why you want to revisit this guide that I'm telling you to get when growth slows down. This is a living, breathing guide for your business. This is a living, breathing guide for your business. Living, breathing guide for your business. So if you are serious about attracting the right customers consistently, this guide was created for you. If you did like your own copy, please comment guide in the comment section or DM me guide, and I'll show you exactly how to get it. I need you to remember, clarity creates income. Clarity always creates income.